Well, I've had kind of a rough morning. I really almost should wait to do my Aquarius video because it started off, I was having, and it started with Sagittarius yesterday. I was having iCloud storage issues, and I'm like so not technological. I mean, I really show my age when it comes to technology. So I deleted all my videos, I deleted most of my pictures, and then today it was doing the same thing. And then today is Friday. It's like my busiest day of the week, but I don't have to be anywhere for like an hour and a half, so I'm waiting. I am waiting on one pickup, so I mean, if she comes, you're just gonna have to wait on me to come back. I mean, that just is what it is. I mean, that's the kind of morning that I've had. So I was a little stressed this morning. I had to really kind of clear my energy just because, I've had, cancellations all morning. And I'm really trying to get the money that I need. Like this week, I've got like a lot of money I've got to make. So I'm trying to manifest it. And when my energy's jacked up, when I'm in like that stressful, worried, anxious mode, which I'm really never. Usually I'm pretty good, but this morning with like things not working out the way that they were supposed to, I just got real frustrated. So, and the resolution on my laptop is not the best. I apologize. Hopefully, maybe Monday I can have my iPhone straightened out to where I can do videos again. But it was real frustrating this morning because I made my Libra video like 2 or 3 times, and finally I was like, forget it. And then I had to do it again on here. And then I feel like some of the original messages were lost. It was really very frustrating. So, but at least you guys get to see me actually shuffle and pull cards. So this is for Aquarius. I haven't pulled cards. I haven't meditated on it. I haven't looked at the cards. So this is the first time I've ever done this. So I will say, Martha, Martha, the one who controls the winds, the one the demons lust over, the one who digs up the bones of those that are buried, the one who cuts the teeth down of the hangman, the one who pours the wine over the deceased, the one who sat and conversed with Mistress Maria de Padilla, the one that bore 9 children and buried 9 children. I now petition you to please allow me to read these cards. Please let me channel the messages through you. Whatever messages that are meant to come out. Also, while I've got you on the line, please help me with this money that I need to make this weekend. Thank you, thank you, thank you, for I know it is done. So here we go. And like I said, the resolution is not the best. I apologize. I might not get this uploaded till later on today. Just depends on how much time I have. And like I said, I'm waiting on somebody, but I'm not going to wait around all day, because you're not about to do that to me. Have me stuck in the house waiting on $10 when I need to make like 300 more. Just saying. I got to get it this weekend. Alright, so these are for Aquarius. Got those pulled. Let me go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to pull the clarifiers as we go. How does that sound? So the first card that I have is the 5 of Wands. And basically what I'm getting with this is all about playing with others. Pretty much the theme has been over like the past week has been soulless ones. Even though we are all one consciousness, everything on the planet is connected. Everyone is connected. We're all one consciousness. We're all at our own levels of consciousness. Let me tilt this a little bit. And so you'll run into people, the higher you raise your vibrations, it seems like sometimes that triggers people that are lower vibrational. And some of these people are so lower vibrational that they almost seem soulless. I know I had a heating and cooling guy come in a few weeks ago, and I was like, man, And I found myself feeding into it energetically because it was almost like he was trying to get a reaction out of me. He was deliberately trying to pick and trigger. And so I've been cutting people off like this out of my life until I realized, you know what, as a light worker, and I'm realizing more and more that I am a light worker because I do help to raise the vibrations of the planet. It's very important to transmute those lower energies, which is very exhausting, by the way. And the way that you transmute those lower energies is by looking at it in a higher vibrational way. So let's say, for example, someone comes to you in lower energies, lower vibrations. And this could be anything like jealousy. My big thing, is a lot of times you'll get people who really, haters are nothing more than admirers. They really want to be you, and they want to, like, a lot of times they'll try to act like you, and they'll mimic your behaviors, and they'll mimic your behaviors, they'll mimic different things that you do. And so when this happens, don't look at it as, that's a bad thing. Look at it, think about times that you have, we have people we've hated on too. Be honest with yourself. Kind of look at it from your point of view. Kind of flip it around. And if you can do that, I'm not saying have these people in your life, but what I am saying is try to get an understanding of it. And once you get an understanding of it, you're going to be like, you know what? You tell yourself, you don't have to tell this person, you know what? I have been in that energy before too. So I understand. And that is how you transmute. So I'm going to get a clarifier for that card. And I have the Mountain, the Strength card. And so basically what I'm getting with this as far as playing well with others is that other people do look to you for strength. And that is that whole admiration thing. We really judge it. We're like, oh, we got haters and people hate us or whatever. But you know what? It's really good to look at yourself through the eyes of your haters. Because that's really how you start improving your own self-esteem and how you start really seeing yourself in a higher light. And so that is the message that I'm getting with this. And not only that, but every single time you have some sort of demo with somebody, you get stronger and you get wiser for it. The important thing is, though, is to clear the energy. So whenever something does happen, like let's say you have a situation with somebody or a set of circumstances with somebody, do clear it at the end. Be like, okay, I recognize this is probably some sort of loop or some sort of cycle I've been stuck in. I recognize it now. I'm going to clear my energy. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to take a salt bath. I'm going to sage my home because you know what? Now I'm in new energy. Now I'm on a new timeline. And I'm so much stronger and so much wiser for it. That's the message I'm getting with this. Hold on just one second. This is business. Oh, I'm so sorry. One of the disadvantages of not having my phone put on Do Not Disturb mode because I'm using my laptop. And we have the Ace of Swords. So this is a mental energy, the swords are. And this is a brand new cycle. And I have been talking about cycles. Since you're watching my videos, you are more than likely on a spiritual journey, a path of ascension. Because I know that when I first started off making videos, and when I did that, I started off more from like a 3D perspective, more of like a psychic type of thing. And then I feel like I evolved into like more of a teacher. So I know that the people who are following me, even though my numbers, my stats have gone down, it's fine because I'm still fulfilling my soul's purpose by making this video. I'm making these videos, like literally I take like a lot of my time and energy to make these. And what money I do make, I use to pay on my son's tuition. This is not something that, I'm becoming wealthy doing. I would like for the channel to eventually pay for itself, but back to the story. So you're on a journey, and it's not like you're walking on this journey. It's more like cycles. Imagine yourself doing cartwheels, and each cartwheel is a cycle. And so if you work with that energy, you can really start clearing some of these self-limiting beliefs. And I really believe that these self-limiting beliefs have to do with your self-esteem, about how you feel about yourself. And so, like I said, it's really important to look at yourself through the eyes of others, because sometimes we respect other people's opinions and views of ourselves more than we do ourselves. So if you can do that, and you can start seeing how other people see you, then you can get to the point where you just don't give a damn what anybody else thinks about you. But you do care about how you feel about yourself. It's like like, wow, I can really step into my own power and that fearless freedom of not needing approval from others, because I'm now able to give it to myself. And so you'll stop overthinking things, and stop worrying so much and fretting about, like I said, about how people feel about you or what they think about you. This is very important. I am going to, let's see, Ace of Swords. Pull another card. Okay, to clear that, we have the Emperor card. And that is just what I was saying about that fearless freedom, that fearless power, to where you got to start working on your fears. Fears are the only thing standing in between you and what you want. And that is in the 3D. Because in the 5D, we don't have fears. What do we have to be scared of? In fact, when we first came here, we were perfect, because, we're a soul, and souls are perfect. And then you took on this physical form, and understand, nobody is their body. You're not your body, nobody is their body. And so you start taking on these fears, and I've always talked about that snake story. With me, when I was about 4 years old, my mom came screaming outside. She found me playing in a nest of snakes. Now, these were venomous snakes. None of them bit me. That's the reason why my soul aligns to Santa Marta La Dominador, because if you've ever seen a picture of her, she's got snakes all around her. I feel like that's what my soul looks like. I really embody her power and her energy, and that's the reason why I usually use her to channel messages. So when my mom found me in that pit of snakes, I don't know how she mustered up the strength. She had to get me. She couldn't leave me there. But I don't feel like I was supposed to be scared of snakes, not until I took her fear on. It's kind of like patterns. Like, let's say, for example, your family, put it out there. Let's say you're a white family. You were raised, your parents, grandparents, whatever, don't like black people. And this could be the other way around. And you have to get to the point in your life where you look at it and you're like, you know what? Can I question these self-limiting beliefs, these ancestral patterns that my family's been stuck in forever and ever that nobody's questioned? So let me be the one that questions it. That doesn't quite sit right with me. So you know what? Let me look at it a different way. Let me adopt my very own viewpoint. Maybe your family's always, politics or something. And so you've always felt compelled. The other message that's coming out is, a religion. Maybe you belong to a sect like Mormons, or I know I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses for 20 years. And that's, sometimes those are really tough to get out of, especially when it's been ingrained in you, ingrained. And, when I first started on this journey, I was terrified, because that was always playing in the background, and I had to really clear that. And so don't be scared to ask for help from your spirit guides with this. We have the Queen of Cups. And you see how regal she looks, and see how this is definitely a feminine energy. So if you're a feminine watching this is all about stepping into your female power. If you were like me, you were raised to be very independent, very strong. But sometimes we have to pull back, and we have to realize, you know what? We're really in our masculine energy, and we're doing too damn much. You know, we just, you know, I go hard for my man. I go hard. Well, why not just pull back your feminine energy or your masculine energy? Step into this feminine energy here and allow the man to do for you. Would that be scary? You know, what if you stop doing something? Would he leave? You know, so if that triggers something in you, that's what you need to work on. Now, if you are a masculine energy watching this, understand everyone has feminine and masculine energies. This could be you needing to feel something, work through your feelings, to align more to your soul, to stop being so logical, because your intuition really does lie in your core being, where that vibrating energy of your feelings is at. That's your compass. That's where your intuition is. So intuition is more of a female power. So definitely do connect to that, and you connect to that by feeling. You cannot think your way through it. In fact, all of the videos that I've made where I try to think and I use logic instead of feeling, I just didn't feel like I had the depth. Now, I did have more views on those than any of the others because they came from more of a physical aspect and people can understand it more. But once again, I'm not here to be popular or have a bunch of views. Let's see. So to clarify the Queen of Cups, we have and this is what I was saying a minute ago. The presence of love will always outcast fear. I'm sorry this resolution's so bad on here. So, love is what we are when we come here. When we are perfect. When we're in that perfect state from source energy. Because you could go out and get hit by a bus tomorrow and you will return to source energy. You know, you'll either stay a spirit without a body or you'll reincarnate. Maybe you'll be, you know, a cat or a dog or, you know, this does happen. This has been a theme lately. Your pets can be your soulmates too. You may have known each other before. And, you know, maybe they were a person. And so our fears are conditionings that we take on. You know, let's say you get hurt by somebody and then you're just scared of like all people. You know, like, no, I'm not going to let you in. I'm not going to let you hurt me again. This is a fear and it's keeping love away. This is one of your major blocks right now is this fear that you have of getting too close or being too intimate or being too authentic. You know, because it's one thing to put on mask and not be your true authentic self and have somebody reject you. But what if you were your authentic self and somebody rejected you? That would hurt more, wouldn't it? So that is the message that I'm getting. You have to get to where you just don't care about being rejected because you are so solid and so complete on your own that it makes no difference. And that includes stepping into your power and knowing your value and knowing your worth. You don't have to earn anything from anybody. We have the Page of Swords. And I feel like this is a new opportunity coming your way. There's a lot of swords, a lot of mental conflict because we've got more swords here. So I do feel like you've been very stressed out, very worried. You need to be more present. Stop worrying so much about the future. The future hasn't even gotten here. And you know what? You are creating the future. So by worrying about it and creating scenarios about it, guess what? So if you can just keep your mind clear and tell yourself whatever's happening right now, it is what it is. And stop creating stories about it. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop staying up at night overthinking, obsessing. Release it. Stop taking things so personally. Everything is not a personal attack against you, Aquarius. Check in with your energy. See where you're vibrating at. And you know, more than that, look at everything as a lesson. That your soul is bringing these lessons to you for a reason. You need to really look at them and clear them. Otherwise, they will keep coming back. So what I'm getting is most of the problems that you're having right now, you are creating in your own mind. And so this opportunity that is coming your way right now is for you to have a clean slate and start creating some higher vibrational situations. But in order to do that, you need to clear your energy. Take some salt baths, sage your home. Basically release and cut off anything that's happened so far. Tell yourself, you know what, I'm a new energy. This is a brand new timeline and I can create whatever I want. Let's see what cards I got here. to clarify that Page of Swords, we have this card here, and I'm going to have to look it up. 35. With the fairy deck that I have, I like to look that up. Stand still. The house of the anchor is where the reading may be held firm or fastened depending on the questions and the context of the interpretation. Stand still. So, reading that didn't do anything. I'm going to do it intuitively. So you are at a standstill. You are stuck because you are not continuing to grow and learn. A lot of times we get stuck in situations where we're like, oh, we're comfortable. Well, the soul doesn't want to be comfortable. It wants you to continue learning and growing because, after all, that's what you're here for. So sometimes there'll be situations, understand the soul uses the ego sometimes, like maybe you might have a fear or, that hater energy. Sometimes we will get in hater energy too. Let it be somebody we're jealous of, like a romantic partner or whatever else. So the soul will use the ego. She's scared of losing this person to this other person. So then that situation will be shown to you because you need to face that fear, first of all. Plus, it means more soul growth and expansion. So if you can start telling yourself, look, you know what? I'm in this to learn and grow. I don't want to stagnate. And give me more. Give me more experiences. And really look at it, from like wide-eye wonder, like you're a child, an innocent child. And we have the Eight of Swords. And this is that. I feel like it's just destruction. Everything going wrong all around you. And almost just hiding underneath the sheets, hiding under the covers. Maybe you're depressed right now. Maybe you're going through some, like some depression where you're like, man, I just want to stay in bed because I just can't even deal with my life right now. That's the energy I'm getting from this card. And you know what? That's all right sometimes. Don't judge it. If you need to stay at home, and you need to get some extra rest, and do so. That is, sometimes that is what is called for. Recharge your battery, and then come back and face it from, a rested, renewed, recharged viewpoint. Because I'm getting that, like I said, all this is swords energy. Very anxious. And, judging things that are going wrong, things that are happening right now. If you can get to the point, like I said, where you can be present, stop worrying, stop creating situations. I watched a video one time, and she was talking about how you have to lose everything sometimes before you can get out of that energy. Because what happens is, maybe you're going through some hard times and you lose something. You're like, oh God, like everything's just falling to pieces. And it's like you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So you're kind of stuck in that energy. So that's the feeling that I'm getting with this card. But you don't have to lose everything. You can stop it now. You can tell yourself, you know what is for me, I will have. I do not have to qualify for it. I don't have to earn it. It will find me because what I'm seeking is seeking me also. So I cannot lose anything that is mine by divine right, for it'll be restored to me with something better. Or, that will be restored to me or something better. And if you can get into that mode where you just stop being scared of loss, stop being scared to lose things. Because not only are you not your body, but you are more than your job. You are more than the things that you own. You have to understand that you are the same soul, whether or not you live in a mansion or whether or not you live under a bridge. You are the same soul. And none of those things make you or form you. So don't let them determine your worth. Start inward. And inward, everything will reflect outwardly. So do make it your focus, self-discovery, self-mastery. And if you do this, everything else will fall into place. I got cards everywhere. To clarify that Six of Swords, I have debt paid off, The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. So I do feel very strongly like your finances are going to improve. And whatever it is that you're dealing with is going to get better. And you might actually be paying some things off, and that's making things easier for you. So the message that's coming through is take some time off right now before you go and make more financial obligations. Really enjoy this time right now of having more money. And you can always create more money by imagining you have more money. I used to go out and every day and I'd be like, you know what, I need to make this much money. It's not an option. And I still do that. But now I'm not pushing so hard. Now I just believe it. Now I'm like, you know what? I need to make this much money, and I know I'm going to have it because the universe always has my back. And I stay in a place of faith, and I really believe it. And that really is the key to accomplishing this. As soon as you have like a debt, like an insecurity or a doubt come up, guess what? That's what you're going to align to. Or if I tell myself, well, I used to tell myself, well, if I don't make this much today, at least if I can make half of it, I can make the rest tomorrow. No. Do not have a backup plan. Do not have like a second scenario. We have the Ten of Swords, and this is that feeling left for dead. Abandoned, and this is the end of this cycle though. Things are about to improve, especially since you understand that your thoughts have been creating everything that's happened right now. And your fear-based energy is very, very sneaky, and it finds ways to sneak in there. Like, I'm very mindful now of any of my fears that come up, and I don't feed my ego anymore. But now it tries to kind of piggyback off spiritual principles like, I want to teach this person this spiritual principle so I can show off. You see how, like now, my ego tries to kind of piggyback. Or I'll go to manifest something and I'll tell myself it's just not meant to be right now. So do really check in and see any ways that you have been blocking your blessings. And another message that's coming through is if we are jealous of, or if we look at somebody else and we're like, ugh. Because like I said, we can be haters too. That is blocking your blessings. Stop worrying about what others are doing. And others will stop worrying about what you're doing for the simple fact that you will stop caring so much about how others see you and how they feel about you. That message is coming through because there is fearlessness and power and freedom in that. I need one more deck. We're going to clarify that Ten of Swords. I might start making videos like this all the time. I could go live and you guys could have me pull a card. That would be fun. I might do that sometime. God, if I can just get through the next couple weeks. I've got so much going on. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm like, oh. Sorceress, power and will, rituals. So the difference between magic and manifesting is you tell yourself stories and you believe those because what we focus on, our energy on, grows. It's very hard for humans to have that type of blind faith. So a lot of times we have to have charms, or we have to have something to look at. Like I have a whole altar over there in the corner to Santa Marta La Dominadora. Even though I draw off of her power, I really don't need that. I can honor myself. But it's those visual aids that we need in order to be able to have faith. And human beings, even like religious human beings, they have to have those artifacts, those things in hand in order to believe it, whether it be a cross or rosaries or anything, something that you can focus on. And so that's where magic comes into play. Like I love magic because I have a very witchy past, timelines and stuff. And so I'll do like candle work, jar work. I really don't even have to do that because really all I have to do is just focus my intention, my energy on it. But, magic's so much fun. Plus, it's easier to believe it. And so, don't judge it because sometimes, we start off using magic. And then, which is what I did, until you realize, you know what? It's the fact that I believe in this spell, or because I believe in this ritual, is the reason why it's working. So you know what? I really don't even have to have anything to look at. I can just believe it. Believe the stories I tell myself, and manifest that way. So that is the energy that I'm getting with this card. I guess I'll do a postcard oracle. I wasn't going to, because I really need to handle some business, but these cards are hard because they like stick together. So I'm always scared. I always try to kind of separate them. I'm always scared that, there's some that I'm not getting to. Sorry, there's a train out there. I love trains. I was a train robber in a past life / timeline. So I've always been really attracted to trains. If you have not checked out my past life videos, please do. Dear you, do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything, or else nothing will get done, be healed, completed. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you, or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome. But we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Delegate responsibility to others. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part in is everything just seems to work out beautifully and honestly in the end. So this, like I said, is all about how you feel about yourself. It's all about how you view the world. And also there was a lot of control energy in this reading, with the swords energy, and where I really feel like one of your biggest blocks right now is trying to control everything, trying to see how it's going to happen. Fall back. And so faith over control. That is the message that I have gotten with these cards today. So if you would like to have a personal reading or to make an energy donation, I will include in the description of the video how you can do that. So thank you today for watching. And I might do this again. Like I said, look for maybe like a live video where you guys can get a card.